Hello, hello, and I am coming to you again this morning on this wonderful, wonderful day with another video that's going to close out the last of the series of the OnPassive movement series that we've done. And this one is called Changing the World, because OnPassive is certainly changing the world. Now, that's a pretty strong claim. So in this video, I'm going to try to explain why I feel like I can predict that with such intent and such fervor. You see, we're already doing that with personal hope and personal connectedness for many thousands of people that have partnered with OnPassive for financial security and greater global good. So yeah, we're changing the world. And guess what? We have barely even started. Considering the size and scope of what we're doing, positive, large-scale global impact is inevitable. This is because there's a lot more demand for what we offer, which includes products and services, than most people even think, even a good number of our founders. So, even though some of these products, dozens of them, are found within the Smart Business Solution, they're not all of them in there. So, if you can pay attention here, I'd certainly appreciate that, because I'm going to try to explain things a little differently. You see, OnPassive has a whole lot of departments now, and each of those departments are able to stand on their own as a profit-producing entity. You know, their own profit center, a business, if you will. As an example, consider GoFounders. You see, it's just one of them. So this means that OnPassive is not just a company with a single strategy that's based in the GoFounders platform with the products found in the SBS offered to automate online businesses for the masses. Oh no. But I know we've all heard about that, right? Dozens of products, all fresh, less expensive, all superior, blah, blah, blah. But what we seem to either not know or can't seem to remember is the fact that the products outside of the SBS are under current development as well. Some are on the drawing board, and the founders are going to also earn commissions on them as well. So these platforms, which are literally business is able to stand on their own under the OnPassive umbrella, can be used for any business in the world that does anything online or wants to do anything online. They're appropriate for use in organizations of government, industry, education, healthcare, religion, technology, and such. The extensiveness of our technology and the range of our products, coupled with such a massive potential demand, means we're not simply launching another humdrum information technology company. No way. We are a brand new, completely comprehensive model. OnPassive is a different breed and is founded on ethics and principles and on a new way of thinking. So, like the unicorn that is our future, we are unique. The evidences are growing. They're everywhere. Look at our growth. Look at our expansion over the last year. Look at the fairness and the monumental value that is modeled through OnPassive. Our technology is unsurpassed in the online marketing space. But even more than that, the implementation of strategies to drive global success, they just don't disappear at launch. These are strategies in place to ensure continued growth and massive profitability long after we go public. These are things that are already done for you. And think about this. OnPassive has anticipated events that predictably occur early in the life of a new business. As preemptive responses to these events, OnPassive has already created additional products and services to be deployed methodically in our timeline as planned milestones, layered as multiple post-launch phases. These plans have things that are huge, radical, and never before seen. But OnPassive's real purpose, our reason for existence, is to create online success for everybody associated with us. But OnPassive was created primarily for the benefit of its founders. It has been created to do that without the need for members of our teams to recruit or sell, although you can if you want to. But this success is achieved primarily through automation technology and the content of the SBS, the Smart Business Solution. So, in case you haven't heard, there are more products and services in the SBS than you've ever seen in one place at one time in your entire life. Let me put it this way. Anything that you have ever seen, any product, any tool or service needed to run an online business, OnPassive has its own new and superior version of it in the SBS, along with some things that you've probably never ever seen. Not only can we give you what you need to run your business, we can literally automate that business for you. This means our success, your success, is a foregone conclusion and 100% guaranteed. So let's take a look at how this works, or maybe why it works, to get you off the fence, or whatever it is that you're sitting on, and join this movement as a founder before it goes public, before it's available to the public at all. Because that's where the greatest version of yourself is going to be able to take shape. So right now, there's only one way to get into this thing, and that's by a personal invitation. To join us, you're going to have to be invited by an existing member of GoFounders and join as a founder. It's the only option that's currently available. After launch, though, you can join as a customer, which could be as a buyer or a reseller. That's it. But whether you join before or after we go public, everybody starts in a free 7-day trial, even the founders. From there, we then move into a structured level of subscriptions. On the positive note, if you decide to join as a customer after we go public, then there may be an opportunity for you to become a reseller of OnPassive's products, but you won't be able to be a founder for at least 6 months. So let me say this pretty clearly, okay? Founders have the ability to develop teams, and that's where the real potential for phenomenal success comes from. Joining before launch by paying the $97 places you in the top 1% of OnPassive as a GoFounder member. This is the preferred way. And I don't mean just preferred by OnPassive. I mean it should be your preferred way too. And here's why. As a member of GoFounders, you are in before we actually go public. This means that you're going to have the chance to invite others to become founders as well. It's encouraged, but you don't have to. If you do, and those you invite join before we go public, they too will become members of GoFounders. And this is a big deal because of the massive campaigns that are going to happen that will invite more founders, and that's going to be executed by the company prior to us going public. Anyone that joins before launch is considered a founding member. Those joining after we go public, since the founder position's no longer going to be available, are considered customers. They're buyers or possibly even resellers. Again, the founder position is the only position available right now before we go public, and it will not be available after we go public. At least not for at least 6 months. Those that join in response to the campaigns, which are also going to be massive and continuing after we go public, will get placed in the existing founders' teams, and that includes your team if you're a founder by then. Those that join from your personal invitees, they get placed in your team too. So this means OnPassive builds teams with more founders, which have teams built for them as well. Founders also have a personal back office with tools, including a social media that helps us to streamline communication and creativity. However, as mentioned earlier, you need to understand that once we do go public, there will be no more founder positions available for a minimum of 6 months, if at all. If they ever do become available again, it's going to be at a cost at or above the $997 that we've mentioned in previous months. So you need to become a founder before we go public, and then you'll get founder members added to your teams. And then after we go public, your teams are going to get recurring sales through customers placed in your teams from the continuing campaigns. Keep in mind, the price paid for a founder position, we're talking about the $97 here, is for that position only, which has specific benefits. It is not to purchase services or products or to pay for any subscriptions. And while I'm at it, please understand that all subscriptions are paid monthly and will not become quote-unquote free over time. However, because of the anticipated profit levels There is an expectation that subscriptions are going to be completely paid from the account holder profits, which are expected to abundantly exceed the cost of any and all subscriptions. This way, there's never additional out-of-pocket costs to the account holder, and as a result, it may feel like the products are free, quote unquote. So, where on earth are we going? Well, in a word, everywhere. And 70,000 founders in 212 countries means we're already there. We're global. It's already done. And considering the size and scope of what we're doing, massive radical success is inevitable, because there's a much bigger demand for what we offer than what most people think, even a good number of our own founders. We're already communicating with companies that are just waiting for us to launch so that they can offer their memberships, which could represent millions, the opportunity to gather under the umbrella of OnPassive's total internet solution. And it's getting better, stronger, and more popular every day. But it's not just the massive memberships being made available. People in the industry already know who we are and how we operate. Think about this. We've been publicly visible for about 2 years and have built phenomenal momentum in the last 12 months. The people and businesses operating in the information technology space have already seen the class and style of our work. They already know the kind of tech company we are, and as a result, individuals and companies are contacting us with ideas and offers of collaboration. So I am saying here that every piece of OnPassive is going to draw millions, not only because of the completeness of every product and the way their seamlessly integrated components work with each other inside our system, but also because OnPassive does not believe in limitations. This means OnPassive provides its products as complete and, with very few exceptions if any, provide unlimited use for one low price. As an example of what I mean, if we're talking about offering domain names, then that product would also have the VPN, the cPanel, security, hosting, etc., with unlimited use items too, like maybe email accounts for instance, and it's all included in one low price. In previous videos and blogs, I've used the word magical to describe the functionality of OnPassive's tools, and that one word still applies. OnPassive is daring, it's ambitious and huge, and I'm telling you, it's magical and it will leave no room for doubt. The future is one fraught with new technology. Technology is the future. And with this technology, OnPassive is causing a disruptive shift in the online space with its simple, superior, and affordable systems. Systems that are going to bring its founders personal freedom and financial security. Science alone tells us that we could well become the biggest company in the world. And I don't mean just the biggest internet company, I mean the biggest company in the world, period. This is simply because everyone that turns on a PC or a mobile device will have some reason to connect with us for help with their business. OnPassive is the tip of the new proverbial iceberg known as the online marketing paradigm. As such, we're in a league of our own and preparing to launch as an internet-dominating OnPassive class company whose AI with heart will usher in an innovative age of faster, more powerful online marketing to fuel massive global success. I guarantee you that 2020 is going to be a year to remember because of the global economic changes that are about to happen. And as a part of that, OnPassive represents the leading edge of that change in the online marketing space, and we're going to own it. Get into it. Get in to win it by securing your future as an OnPassive founder. Respond to the founder that invited you here and join that team. If you're here looking for an invitation to join and you feel you have the leadership qualities that are needed to be a founder with OnPassive, man, I would love to have you join with me. So become part of the magic. Experience the leading edge of thought through a company made of heart and high tech by clicking the link below and becoming a founder with OnPassive. You have a future too. Make it with OnPassive. And with that, I thank you so much for listening, And I wish blessings and blessings upon all of you.